see a guy in a yellow afro, disco dancing with puppies, it can really only mean one thing.
It's a Wii! Wario!
That's right. It's Warioware Smooth Moves for the Nintendo Wii. One of the strangest games you will ever play. Warioware began its life on the Game Boy Advance, and then made its way to the GameCube, and now all of the game's quirky, cel-shaded characters are back and looking crisp and clean on the Wii. The game is a collection of literally hundreds of little 5-second games called microgames that are thrown at you one after another with no time to prepare. You'll find yourself doing odd things like tossing stir-fry onto the plate of a thrilled kid, or trying to get a little hopping guy to fall through a hole, and of course, jamming a finger into a huge nose. Smooth Moves does an amazing job of using the Wii remote to its full potential. For the purposes of the game, the remote is called a form baton, and to interact with the game you learn what are called forms, which are ways to hold and move the controller to cause various things to happen. For example, in this form, you hold the controller as if you were holding an umbrella, so you can shake bugs off of a banana for a hungry gorilla. For the thumb wrestler, you hold your thumb over the Wiimote's sensor so you can do funny things like shake up a bottle of champagne and douse these party guys. Now you'd think the handlebar would be best for riding a bike, but it's actually for pumping up a balloon till it pops. In case you hadn't noticed, this game is pretty weird. You get to do things like shove dentures into a lady's mouth. Nice apple. Grate a metal clock to shreds. Deal with Wario's flatulence. I have no idea what this is. And this cat here is a little bit scary. In fact, some of the microgames are really scary. For instance, look at this thing. What is it? Why is it doing that? And what's up with this guy? That arm is terrifying. I think this giant baby speaks for itself. So you push this guy down, and not only is he pushing up daisies, he's caused a natural disaster. This checkout clerk is clearly a serial killer. And apparently, plucking a nose hair can cause a banana to shoot out of your nostril. And what is this supposed to be? You gotta wonder, how do they come up with this stuff? Okay, so early on in the game, you open up this place called the Temple of Form, which lets you practice any microgame you've already played. And this is a good thing because some of them are nearly impossible to figure out. No! Eventually, you unlock some multiplayer levels, and these are really fun with groups of people. There's even a game of darts, which is perfect for the Wiimote. Now, there is one possible downside to WarioWare for some people, and that's to get the most out of the game, you really need to be willing to make a complete ass out of yourself. Obviously, this is not a problem for me. My only real beef with the game is that the controller is sometimes unreliable, especially in games that require a side-to-side motion. This can get pretty frustrating. You might think it looks too much like a kid's game, but trust me, this is some brilliant game design that just about anyone can pick up and play immediately. Playing it with friends is hysterical. It's stupid, it's silly, it's scary, but it is definitely worth the humiliation.